What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing our top five betting picks for this weekend's Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura. So let's jump into it. Our first bet of the weekend is going to be Marcin Tybura against Tuivasa. So when the betting lines opened up, Ty was a nice favorite. But since then, as the fight's getting closer, the lines have got a lot closer too. So now it's nearly a pick 'em. But I don't know. Tai Tuivasa, so inconsistent. Love the guy. Want nothing but the best. But his last three losses against really good guys. Got Ezekiel choked by Alexander Volkov, which wasn't the best look. But I don't know. I've just got a feeling that if Tai Tuivasa doesn't finish Marcin in the first round or two, then he's gonna gas and Marcin can potentially get his takedowns going and maybe even ground and pound finish. I know Tai is a hard guy to submit. He's only been submitted by Sergey Spivak and Alexander Volkov, which are two good guys on the ground. But yeah, so first bit, money line, we're going Marcin Tybura against Tai Tuivasa. Sorry, lads. I have a feeling the sneeze coming out. Oh, excuse me. All right, next up, we have Brian Battle against Angel Lusa. My play for this, my play for this fight on the card is I like Brian Battle by decision. He's had a few decisions so far in the UFC. He's actually only had one. He's had four finishes and one decision, and he's lost a decision. He's looked great since coming off the Ultimate Fighter. Been very impressed with Brian Battle. Every time we see him out, he's making big improvements. Uh, he's fighting Angel Lusa, real tough guy. First time I saw him was on Contender Series in his fight with Jack Della Maddalena. And yeah, he took Jack's best shots, kept coming, has never been finished. Yeah, I like Brian. I think Brian Battle's got the volume. He's more technical striker. He can stop the takedowns. Even if he does get taken down, he's very good at getting back up. I like Brian Battle by decision. Potentially play the overs in this fight. I don't see a quick finish, but you never know. But that's my official prediction. I'm going Brian Battle by decision. Next up, big favorite here. Wasn't expecting me to be this big a favorite. But you gotta go Kennedy Nchukwu against OSP. OSP's been looking absolutely terrible last couple of years. Um, I think I said in my last video, the last time I remember thinking that OSP looked good was in 2017 against Corey Anderson, UFC 207, when he scored that nice head kick knockout over Corey Anderson. That was genuinely the last time I can tell you that I thought OSP looked good. But Kennedy coming off a loss, knockout loss to Justin Jacoby. But Justin Jacoby, former Glory kickboxer, real good striker. So no shame in that. OSP, he is now, I'm gonna say 40. He is 40. Yeah, I think Kennedy's got the age, he's got the size, if not the same size as OSP. I think you gotta play straight. He's too big of a favorite, but I feel like you could probably get some value on Kennedy inside the distance, Kennedy knockout, that kind of thing. I don't think this fight goes 3 rounds, so maybe the unders might be the way to go here, but yeah, I don't see OSP winning this one. And when OSP loses, he normally gets finished, so don't get me wrong, I'd love to see OSP come out here and get a win for the veterans, but I just don't see it with a 9-year age gap. Yeah, it's not looking good for OSP. So those are my top three money line picks. So next we're gonna go for the underdog of the week, who I'm liking this week as the underdog. It was a tough card to pick a nice underdog, but In the end, I went with C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez against Isaac Dulgarian. I see a lot of people on Isaac this week. The only thing that gives me pause with him is he's never been out of the first round in either amateur or his professional career. And you gotta have some pause when you see a guy who's just smoking everybody first round. I want to see him have a little bit of adversity. Saying that though, has C-Rod been finished? He has never been finished. He's only ever lost once, and it was a decision to Jonathan Pierce in his UFC debut. So yeah, I don't know, and he's looked real good in his last couple of fights against Raul Rosas Jr.'s and Cameron Simon. So yeah, play little C-Rod. Yeah, the underdog money's good enough that you could just play him straight, and yeah, let that one ride. So that's my underdog play of the week. And last up, we have my parlay pieces of the week. So I've actually got two this week. I like Mike Davis. Let me just pull up his topology. He's going up against Nathan Levy, who I've never been impressed with. Mike Davis, on the other hand, incredible athlete. His striking is so clean, technical. He's always making improvements. He's at a good gym at Fusion XL. I was really impressed with his last fight against Borashev, which was over a year and a half ago. So he's coming off a bit of a layoff, but I can see him making lots of improvements in that time off. I saw he was at Bangtao for a bit. So definitely making loads of improvements. On the other hand, you got Nathan Levy, who he's at Syndicate, good gym, but never he's just not impressed me. His level of UFC competition has not been that good either. He got a submission on. He's a kickboxer, but has no knockouts, which is so strange. Got a win over a decent guy in contenders. Then came in, made his debut against Rafa Garcia, who I really like. Lost a decision there, and then has been on a two-fight win streak against Mike Breeden, who's not the worst, but would be lower rung UFC caliber. And then Gennaro Valdez, and who is that? Nobody has ever heard of that guy or seen anything since. Let me click on his page real quick. Mexican guy. 0-3 in the UFC against Matt Favola, Nathan Levy, and Evan Elder. Not the they threw him to the wolves a bit with the Matt Favola, Evan Elder fights, but yeah, not the toughest test for Nathan Levy since he's been in the UFC, and I think Mike Davis is a really big step up in competition for him. So maybe we've never seen Levy finished, so potentially Mike Davis by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get a finish here. But yeah, Mike Davis, put him in the parlays, and yeah, he should hit. I'm very confident. Next up, parlay piece, we got Thiago Moises against Mitch Ramirez. I like Mitch Ramirez. I just think he's a bit green. They're throwing him to the wolves here in his UFC debut against Thiago Moises. Um, like he lost his contender series fight, so he's coming in here short notice against Thiago Moises. He was originally supposed to fight Brad Riddell, which would have been such a good fight. You look at Thiago Moises' topology record, and the guys he's losing to are top 15 guys like Islam Makhachev, who's the champ now, Joel Alvarez, Benoit Saint-Denis, Beneil Dariush, like Jason Knight. Jason Knight, that was 2015, but those other names, great names. Like, and he's got some decent wins too. He beat Michael Johnson, beat Bobby Green, beat Alex Hernandez. He's got some credible wins. And this Mitch guy, he is a finisher. He went 2-0 in LFA, has been finished himself. He got knocked out on Contender Series. So yeah, big favorite, Thiago Moises, but I feel like you can put him in the parlay pretty confidently. And yeah, that's it. So that is the official Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura betting breakdown. I'll have another one for you guys next week, and I shall see you then. Peace.